I think there are so many foundational principles in our leadership, but I would say today in 2025 that I really truly believe that authenticity, transparency, and trust are three true foundations in any organization.
This podcast I recorded back in April. Unfortunately, some of the sound's corrupted on my side. So what you'll find is when you listen through to it, you won't be able to hear my voice, but you can read the captions. Enjoy. Thank you.
Great to meet you, Martin. Yeah, I'm a current energetic and leadership alignment coach. So I focus on really supporting leaders in all capacities, but primarily in the world of education and really attuning to their energetic alignment so that their external realities are a reflection of the calm and the peace that they are self governing from in their internal states. So that's kind of the gist of what I do. I was in the formal world of education for about 18 years. I started as a Spanish and psychology teacher, became a curriculum and instructional coach, and then served as a high school principal for 6 years. So that's my brief background. I think there are so many foundational principles in our leadership, but I would say today in 2025 that I really truly believe that authenticity, transparency, and trust are three true foundations in any organization. I think that goes for the sales industry, it goes for the corporate world, it goes for education, it goes for leadership within our homes, in our communities. But I really do believe that authenticity, transparency, and trust are some foundational skills in our leadership that we have perhaps let fall by the wayside just a bit in recent years. Right. And I would agree with that 100%. I think there is definitely a place for management, but I do believe that all leaders in some way are managers, but not all managers are necessarily leaders. And I think we have a managerial crisis in our leadership globally versus an actual, I don't want to say leadership crisis, but I definitely don't believe that we are producing leaders who have the skill set to lead with empathy, to lead with compassion, to lead with authenticity. And so those upper level leaders become micromanagerial. They become very strict, rigid leaders within organizations that really crush morale unintentionally along the way. I do is very much focused on that which we can control. So there are a lot of aspects in a corporate environment or any professional environment where you as the individual lack an element or multiple elements of control. So my objective is what can we do that is within our wheelhouse, right? That is within our ability to impact, that we can alter within ourselves in hopes of attracting that change in our exterior environments as well. So I hear a lot of people say, I'm frustrated. I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. My work environment is chaotic. There's constant demands. I'm overwhelmed, which is all valid, I am sure. However, when that is all we focus on, we have no choice but to attract that same negative situation back to us. So if I am walking the halls of my workplace and I am constantly expressing how stressed and overwhelmed and discontent I am with circumstances, the universe has no choice but to mirror that back to me. I'm going to find myself in situations that cause more stress, more overwhelm, because that is what I am energetically attracting back to me. So where can I take back that control of my own well-being? And how can I then shift my energy in hopes that now I am attracting more positive energy and outcomes back to me? And I think you and I had a brief conversation just as we were kind of prepping for this dialogue about tapping and how to kind of shift some of those energies. So I don't know if you think this would be a good time to kind of chat about that, or if you want to tell me what you even know about EFT or tapping. Sure. I like to think of EFT when I explain it to people for the first time as kind of like a non needled form of acupuncture, right? EFT is emotional freedom technique. It is commonly known as tapping, and it is basically using acupressure points from ancient Chinese medicine in order to move stuck energy through the body so that you can clear anything that feels negative, stuck. I don't think we always realize how much energy and negativity we can store in our bodies when our chests get tight, when our stomachs clench, when we start to, feel that tension in our upper back. We are storing negative emotions, experiences, memories in our bodies that needs to be moved through so that we can literally shift our energetic vibration for the day. And that is where it all comes into calling in those positive experiences. We can't do that if we have some sort of energetic block inside of us. So it's basically emotional acupuncture without the needles, and it's something that you can do just with your hands. So it's accessible to you all the time, which is what I specifically love. I love guided meditations and things like that, but we don't always have the opportunity to zone out for 5 to 10 minutes, wherever we're at. But what I can always do is tap on these different energetic meridians, whether I am alone or whether, I'm in a meeting and I'm just lightly tapping my hand to shift and move some of that energy. So it's really all about identifying what is the emotion or the memory or the physical sensation that we are experiencing, and how do I shift it to make it work to my advantage, right? How do I move that stuck, stagnant, stale energy to where I can be more authentically me? So really, if we think about it, the cause of anything negative within our body is a disruption in our energetic system. So if we can learn how to move that energy quickly through our systems, we're able to process life much more quickly and attract exactly what it is that we want to us. We literally will become magnets for everything that we desire. I think that we have gotten so used to living in a heightened state of stress, which stress was always meant to be a tactic for survival, right? But we are now living our lives in constant survival mode. We are constantly amped, elevated, escalated, and our bodies are not meant to perform like that. So when we are focusing all of our energy internally on this perceived notion that we need to survive, our bodies cannot internally heal and provide the energy that we need to thrive. Like, we are literally training our bodies to live in survival mode. So what tapping will do for us is it actually releases the cortisol from our system that we have built up, and it tells our amygdala, you are safe. You are allowed to be calm. You do not have to feel this constant state of stress. You are safe here. And we shift from that fight or flight feeling of distress to that rest and digest phase where we energetically have the opportunity to heal ourselves. So when you think about people who are chronically stressed, they often deal with chronic illness because their bodies do not physically have the capacity to rest and allow them to heal. When you see a person who is thriving in the world, they typically look great, their skin is glowing, they have energy, and it is because their bodies, their nervous systems have the opportunity to rest, to reset, to heal what needs to be healed. But when most of us are living our lives in this heightened state, constantly feeling like we are just vying for our survival, our bodies don't have the opportunity to inside out. And I think tapping does a really good job of just from that constant state of escalation and distress. Yeah, so I actually have an app where I felt pretty passionately that we had to have something out there that is accessible to the person who needs something on the go. And as we kind of discussed earlier, that could be I listen to a guided meditation. It could be that I need a way to reframe my Sunday scaries when I get amped up and emotional about going into work on Monday mornings. We need different things. But what no leader truly feels is that they have time to access what they need, right? I don't have time to listen to that podcast. I don't have time to go to the gym. I don't have time to eat healthy. I don't have time to take those 10 minutes that you mentioned to plan my week ahead. And my argument is let's offer something that you can access at any time, whether it be I need a quick energetic shift, I'm waking up Monday and I'm feeling out of alignment with my week. I don't know what my purpose is. I'm having a stressful moment at work. I need to realign my energy before this big meeting I wasn't anticipating. We just need tools. And when we have the tools in our toolbox, once we start to implement them and integrate them into our daily lives, we start to know what we need in the moment, right? I know when I need a little inspirational podcast to start my day. I know when I just need to take 5 minutes and do an energetic tapping reset. I know when I need those extra 5 minutes in the morning before I get out of bed to meditate. Like, you start to learn what is going to soothe and regulate your system. And I think what tapping does is it does it very quickly. You don't have to get there in a meditative state. You don't have to have the perfect, external circumstances to do it. I can sit on the plane and I can eliminate my stress. I can do it, while I'm waiting in the drive-through for my meal. I can do it before that high stakes meeting with my superiors, right? It's accessible to us all the time. And I think that is what is beautiful about it, is you can experience the shift right away. And we can actually do a sequence together if that feels right and in alignment to you. So that way you can kind of even see how it works. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to focus on releasing any kind of fatigue that we might have as we're starting the week energetically and realigning that energy for our week ahead. So I figure it's a Monday. It's the perfect time to kind of do that little reset and check in with ourselves. So before we get started, I want you to just think about your current level of fatigue. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you are peeling yourself off the floor, you have no energy whatsoever for the week ahead, and a 0 being you're aligned, you're energized, you feel good mentally, physically, spiritually. So what is a current number? Don't overthink it, but just say it out loud if you don't mind sharing. Okay, perfect. So our objective in this brief round of tapping is going to be to shift that 6 as close as we can get it down to a 0. Okay, so it's probably not going to we're not going to erase all of our fatigue, but our aim is to shift our energy in a positive direction. So we're going to start with a deep centering breath. So take a deep breath in through your nose, another quick sip at the top, and exhale through your mouth. Just really ground down into this focus of realigning our energy for the week and eliminating those feelings of fatigue. Place your hand on your heart for a moment if that feels good to you. Take another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by tapping on the karate chop point. So that's that fleshy edge of our hand. And it doesn't matter, right hand, left hand, whatever feels right to you. And in your mind's eye, you're just going to repeat after me. Even though I feel tired, drained, or foggy, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm holding on to stress, grief, or exhaustion, I'm open to releasing it now. Even though I don't fully feel like myself yet, I honor where I am and I am open to healing along my journey. And now we're going to move to our different meridian points. So we're going to start with the eyebrow. And you're just going to gently tap. And again, you'll repeat this phrase in your mind's eye. I've been carrying so much heaviness. Side of the eye. This fatigue feels like it's become a part of who I am. Under the eye, but I know my body is only trying to protect and heal me. Under the nose, I honor how difficult this journey has been. Chin, choose to be gentle with myself today. Collarbone, I'm open to releasing what is no longer mine to carry. Under the arm, I am safe now. My energy can return. Top of the head, I invite clarity, vitality, and alignment back to me. Okay, you're going to squeeze your wrist and take a deep breath in. Slowly shake it out. And we're going to just recenter for a second. Check in with yourself. Where do you feel that number is now on that scale of 1 to 10? Has that first round helped you decrease that number at all? Where are we at? Okay, perfect. Yep. Yep. It's amazing just and that was just one round. So we're going to do one more here. And we're just going to go back to starting with the eyebrow. And again, you're just repeating after me in your mind's eye. My body knows how to heal side of the eye. I give myself permission to rest and restore under the eye. I am reconnecting with my power under the nose. I am enough even when I slow down. Chin. I am healing at my own pace. Collarbone. I welcome fresh energy into every cell of my body. Under the arm. I trust my body's wisdom. Top of the head. I am aligned. I am supported. I am whole. And again, squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath in, shake it out. And again, just checking in with yourself. How are you feeling now? What would you say your fatigue rating is? There's something about being able to take that power back and realize that you can shift your energy in any moment, regardless of what is happening in the peripheral. I think that is such just a beautiful way to take back that power because I think when we talk about I'm overwhelmed and I'm stressed, we're giving our power away. We're basically telling the universe, give us more of that, right? Instead of saying, okay, I feel this way in this moment. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel agitated. It's okay to experience stress as long as I don't commit to carrying it with me, right? As long as I don't keep loading up my backpack with all of that negativity. I have to find a way to experience it, embrace it, and then move through it. And then I can get back on to living my truly aligned day. And this might be something I need to repeat multiple times during my day. But I think if we can train ourselves and then share this experience with others, how much more empowered would we be going into a staff meeting if we all started from a calm place of alignment, right? I'm more likely to have compassion for you and your differing perspectives when I am coming to you from a place of calm and peace within myself. But when I am running into a meeting, spilling my coffee and my notebooks are everywhere and everyone's amped up and talking about the stress or what they're missing because they're sitting in this meeting, that's not productive for any of us, right? Like we're already starting something that should be productive from a heightened combative state. When if we can do that energetic reset, I think we could accomplish so much more, not only as individuals, but collectively. I was just going to say your vibe impacts your tribe, right? Like what you bring into the room has the ability to shift that room for better or for worse for anyone who is in your energetic field. Yeah. Yeah. I often said in my leadership journey, honor the pause. Like if you need to remove yourself, whether it's I need to grab a quick drink, I need to use the restroom, I need to take a lap around the building, get some oxygen flowing, nothing bad ever happened from taking a pause. You don't have to walk away for an extended period of time. But even the simplest bit of movement has the ability to shift your energy and help you regain clarity that you cannot see when you have been sitting in a contemptuous room with a group of individuals for a couple of hours, right? Like sometimes we just need to allow ourselves a little bit of space to move and things will become clearer. We can walk in, reset with a newfound clarity for the situation that we wouldn't have had we not taken that step away. I think the number one thing that brings me peace is when I'm living in alignment with my authentic self. I know that if I start to feel chaotic, that something in my external world or my internal world is out of alignment. I am not living according to my purpose or according to my design. So, what brings me peace is when I know that I am living in my integrity and in my true authenticity. So, and it's something I have to check myself on every day, multiple times. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I am a leadership and energetic alignment coach. You can find me at Jessica Steele on LinkedIn, or I am at Dear Jess Lead with Love on Instagram. So it's dear underscore Jess underscore lead with love. Everything is underscored in between. You can find me there. I do have an app that's available, so you can learn more about that on Instagram or LinkedIn. And a great way to contact me is also via email at Jess at dearjessapp.com. So I am available for one-on-one coaching. I do group coaching. I have offerings within the app. So happy to connect with your audience for anything they may need. Thank you. It was a great conversation. I appreciate it.